Well, Studio 10, it is Make an Impact Week right here at WILX, and of course, we're asking for your support for Sleep in Heavenly Peace to ensure that every child in Mid-Michigan can receive a great night's rest. And one person who is always ready to support at any moment is Chris from Freedom Concrete. How are you this afternoon?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Well, thank you for joining us, not only here on Studio 10, but just being a part of this campaign. We know how much this means to you and a lot of different people in this community. And a lot of people know you already. You're a familiar face, but we know you as the man behind Freedom Concrete. But what many people, Chris, don't realize about you is that you are quite a family man. So tell me a little bit about your extended family, your children, your grandchildren.
I think the best job I've ever had is being my grandson's papa. And I tell him all the time it's the best job I ever had. They've been a great part of our lives for the last 9 and 10 now. We've got a lot of adventures from an early age. We learned how to ski from an early age. They learned how to swim. You know, they did swim lessons at Goldfish Swim Academy. We've been able to go to water parks and ski resorts, good quality family time. The best times for me are, you know, on the ski lift and listening to their stories. That minute and a half to 3 minutes that you ride up the hill and listening to what's on their mind and heart, something I'll always cherish.
That is so sweet, and I know our viewers feel the same way. But of course, to our viewers, you are Chris from Freedom Concrete, but to them, you're Papa. How sweet, how wonderful.
Absolutely.
Now, speaking of your grandchildren, can you give us more of a face to a name? Tell me, how old are they?
So Nicholas is 10 years old. He's an organizer. At swim class, he would always organize the toys, and the kids they would come and play with him, of course. He's also developing into a fantastic artist, very artistic. Noah he's a little kid that'll make everybody laugh. He has a very responsible personality, takes personal interest in his brother and making sure that his brother's taken care of and always watching out for him.
The younger one is always watching out for the older one?
Yeah, they watch out for each other, but basically has this protection instinct, I think, for his older brother. He also has just started basketball this season, and you know, he's quite enthusiastic about that. He's got a lot of hustle out there, and it's fun to watch them, you know, just come into their own a little bit. So
I love that. Nicholas and Noah.
Yes.
And kids, it's safe to say that Noah gets that protective instinct from his papa?
I think there's a little bit in there. Yeah, absolutely. Protection is something that I'm serious about with my family.
Okay.
So
a little bit, I think a lot of it, if you
Yeah.
ask me. Now, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody told me that you love reading Nicholas and Noah bedtime stories. Is that true?
We have a few books that we like to read. They're not with us as much in the last year or so at bedtime, but they have a few stories they like to read. So.
Okay. And I think all of those memories that you're creating with Nicholas and Noah are part of a reason why it was so important for you to make sure you were part of Sleep in Heavenly Peace and making sure that other children, just like your two grandkids, are able to get that good night rest, because it really leads into a lot of other success in really the upbringing of children. So why else was it so important for you to get involved with this campaign?
I mean, the thought that there would be any kids at all in this country that would not have a bed to sleep on it was surprising to me when I first heard about it. You know, sleep is 1/3 of our life. You know, there's just no way to perform at your best if you haven't had a good night's sleep. Now, kids can sleep just about anywhere, but your sleep is so much better if you're in a bed. You know, they do better in school, they do better emotionally with their daily interactions with other kids. It just impacts every part of life. It really is a sad thing to think that there are kids out there that don't have a nice bed to sleep in.
With that being said, what message do you have for other papas and other grandfathers and other people out there as well in our community when it comes to getting involved with Sleep in Heavenly Peace?
I think it's, you know, a fantastic organization. They're very efficient in what they do and how they have the different chapters that build the beds and the suppliers for the mattresses, and they've got it figured out. To be involved, I mean, you can put as little or as much time as you want.
Chris, thank you so much for joining us and reminding us why it is so important that every child in Mid-Michigan has the ability to get a good night's rest. And if you are encouraged and you're interested in getting involved, take a look at your screen. We have that information right here. And additionally, Chris, if anyone needs any of your needs from Freedom Concrete, how can we get a hold of you too?
We have a great website, freedomcoat.com, and you can fill out the form on that site to request a quote. Be happy to follow up with you and take a look at your project.
All right, well, thank you so much. And of course, we'll have that information on WILX.com as well. But thank you so much, Chris, for always joining us and helping us make an impact.